Hey, what's up? It's Allegra, and I am here with the stars of the Bodyguard the Musical. You guys were amazing on stage. So how is it playing these iconic roles that were originated by these major actors? We're talking Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner. How is that playing that? I'll start with you.
It's been challenging. You know, for me, I mean, it's an honor to be a part of it. You know, we're big fans of the movie, big fans of Whitney and Kevin's. Specifically for me, you know, that role was written for the screen. It was written for the camera, and there's a lot that you can do with a camera in terms of telling a story. A bodyguard's job is to fade into the background and to be invisible and to not be seen and to be very observant. And quite frankly, that's not that interesting on stage. You know, if you're up in somebody's eyes, yeah. So it's been a real challenge to figure out how to tell some story physically and vocally and still remain true to the character, still be honest with the material.
I think it takes a lot of technique. You know, it's hard to be in a role and still have presence and still be able to engage and capture the audience and still tell the story. And Judson does the role so much justice, and even keeps it, brings out even more humor and the sarcasm that Frank Farmer has that you may not have gotten from the film. You know,
it's
it's a little different, and I think that makes for a much more interesting character. Right. Yeah, and it's big shoes to fill. Both of our shoes, you know, yes. Whitney, Kevin,
a lot of
huge.
Expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
People remember this movie. They love these moments. And if
yeah.
you're waiting on those notes and all that, she brings it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I better.
She'll give you what you want.
Because in the day of social media, they let you know.
Yeah.
You know, so we bring our A game every night. You know, the whole cast. You know, we try to give the people what they want.
The energy that the audience brings to you guys, you definitely have to feed off of that.
Feed off of it, yeah. You know, look, I'm an entertainer. I'm a singer. I thrive off of audience participation. So when there are moments in the show when they do, you know, hoot and holler in an up tempo, that's, you know, it's great.
We love it.
Yeah.
We were talking about some of the challenges bringing a blockbuster movie to the screen, but we know it's done so many times with The Color Purple and things like that. As an actor, what are some of those, I guess, where you have to stretch yourself? I know we talked about it a little bit, but do you find yourself being stretched more in your craft with working on a show like this?
Absolutely. And again, because you are working in a live setting, you're with cast, there's a lot of moving parts. For my character, there's a lot of singing, acting, and dancing, so it's constant, you know, energy being on stage, and I have to kind of shift from being the dancer and making sure that my leg is stretched right to, you know, making sure that the note is right, you know. So it's a very complex, grueling, and vigorous role.
We don't really ever leave the stage, so, you know, your story to a large degree is riding on us and how present we are and how able we are to stay connected.
This show is so emotional. What does that do to you night after night, reliving these emotions and feeling these emotions? Of course, we know that it's made for stage, but as just humans, it has to do something to you. How do you, I guess, deconnect from it all? You know?
Well, I think that's the part that you have to embrace, is connecting with it. Don't try to disconnect yourself from it, because then the challenge becomes, you know, fake and it's not authentic. And I think for me, what's worked is just staying present, being in the moment.
We've been talking about iconic movies turned into Broadway shows. So what is a movie or a television show that is not on Broadway or not on the big stage that you guys would like to see, and what part would you play in it? I'll start with you first, because I know you have to think about it.
Have they done Lord of the Rings on Broadway yet?
There was a production that we heard about. It wasn't on Broadway, but we did hear that they were.
So I'm going to throw Lord of the Rings in the hat, and I would love. Aragon is one of my favorite roles, one of those ones that that slipped away or that I wish I could take a crack at. I'm a huge fan,
Well, I love Tina Turner.
Yes.
And I would, I would live, not die, I would live to do Tina.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She does a good Tina, too.
I just love the drama.
Every once in a while, she'll have a
I break out into a moment. I have a Tina moment.
She'll have a moment that Tina comes out.
I turn up.
I would love to see that.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Well, who do we need to talk to? Ava DuVernay, Oprah. Let's get this Tina Turner.
Come on now.
Hashtag
Your
let's
girl's
get
right
it done.
here. Let's get it done.
I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody.